These are notes for section 5.1. Okay, 5.1, page 243, 1 to 59 odd, 69 to 80 all. So that goes up to problem 17. Down. Some more. Next page. More. Back of the book. 5.1. And go to 80, so there we go. All right, 5.1, question number 1, 4 squared. It's just 4 times 4, which is 16. Number 7, negative 5 squared, negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. 15, 1/2 to the 4th power. You can raise 1 to the 4th power. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 to the 4th power. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. 19, x to the 4th, x to the 5th. The rule is to add the exponents, x to the 9th. 25, x to the 4th, x to the 6th, x to the 8th, x to the 10th. Add the exponents, x to the 28th power. 29, when you have a power followed by another power, you multiply the powers. So 5 to the 4 times 3, 5 to the 12th. 2 to the 5th to the 10th power. 5 times 10 is 50, so 2 to the 50th power. 37, b to the x to the y. Just multiply b to the xy. 41, 2y to the 5th power. You can distribute the 5, 2 to the 5th, y to the 5th, 2 to the 5th, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. So 32 y to the 5th. 0.5 ab squared, you square everything. Square 0.5, 0.25, a squared, b squared. 2x to the 4th cube, you cube the 2. 2 cubed is 8. X to the 4th cube, you multiply these exponents, so x to the 12th. 53, x squared cubed is x to the 6th. X to the 4th squared is x to the 8th. And then I add the exponents, x to the 14th. 59, 3x squared cubed, you cube the 3. 3 times 3 times 3, 27. X squared cubed is x to the 6th. You raise each of these to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th, 16. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, x to the 4th. Then I multiply 27 times 16 is 432. X to the 6th times x to the 4th is x to the 10th. And then we have some problems in scientific notation. A number is in scientific notation if it's written as a number between 1 and 10 times 10 to some exponent. So for 432,000, you pick up the decimal point, which is understood to be at the end, and you move it so that you get a number between 1 and 10. That would be at 4.32 between 1 and 10. And you move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. 4.32 times 10 to the 5th power. So this is considered scientific notation. 5,700, the decimal is understood to be at the end. Now, where do I move the decimal so I get something between 1 and 10? Well, 5.7. That's 1, 2, 3 spaces. So 5.7 times 10 to the 3rd. Notice we normally don't put the trailing zeros, the zeros at the end. So we don't have to write 5.700. 5.7 is sufficient. Okay, 74. 2,380,000. If I move the decimal right here, it would be 2.38. I need a number between 1 and 10. If I came over here, that's 23.8. That's too big. If I came over here, that's 0.238. That's too small. So you want something between 1 and 10. So this is a spot. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So 2.38 times 10 to the 6th power. Okay, then 76, 78, and 80, we're going the other way. You start off with scientific notation, 2.49 times 10 to the fourth. Write it in conventional notation. Well, I just pick up the decimal and move it 4 spaces to the right. If you don't have 4 spaces, you can pad it with some zeros. So I put some zeros and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 24,900. 78, 3.52 times 10 to the fifth. Move the decimal over 5 spaces to the right. I don't have 5 spaces, so I pad it with a bunch of zeros. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 352,000. 80, 2.8 times 10 to the third. Notice these numbers are in scientific notation. Number between 1 and 10, number between 1 and 10, number between 1 and 10. Write it conventionally, I move the decimal over 3 spaces to the right, put a couple of zeros, 1, 2, 3, so 2,800 is the answer that I want. Okay, so these are notes for section 5.1.